Mm. I found the crunch. I found the crunch. I'm so excited. I love it. So I have a couple different variations. They're still very carnivore, but a couple things that I added differently, and I'll show you those variations so you can kind of do your own thing. Let's get to making this. I will show you how I got the crunch. You will need some kind of little food processor, just a small one. I got this on Amazon. It was not crazy expensive. I will link this below. Okay, I've got 6 ounces of cooked beef in here. I've got my Dash multi-chamber waffle, chaffle, baffle, whatever maker. I've got it all heating up. I'm going to add 1 egg. Let's get our 1 egg in there. Okay, let's get this little baby blended. Scrape down the side. Okay, this will be enough to make 4 of our mini, I'm just going to call them chaffles right now. Kind of looks like dog food, like I mentioned in the last video. We are going to add the bacon now. So we're not going to chop it up in the middle. We're going to leave it to where we have bigger chunks of bacon. So we're just going to fold it in. I'm actually going to transfer this to a bowl because it's easier to work with. I need to fold this bacon in. I cooked up about a pound of bacon, and granted I've eaten a little bit out of it, but I got it very crispy. So this is a little less than a whole package or a whole pound of bacon, and then just finely cut up. And so you can use whatever amount that you would like. Okay, I like bacon, so I'm gonna probably generously put this in my bowl. I usually use about half of a package of bacon in for 4 of these little jewels. I'm just going to, and we're just going to fold it in. Get it nicely dispersed so you get it throughout your chaffle waffles. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So we have these all equally dispersed as far as the meat blend goes. I'm going to make 4 variations. This one's going to have some beef gelatin sprinkled over the top, which is what somebody suggested. And I may sprinkle some in the bottom. I'm not sure. This one, just to stay with the same sprinkle method, I'm going to just do the pork panko sprinkled on the top. I did try it mixed in, did not notice the difference when I did it. So I'm going to try this variation since these are all going to be done the same. And then the mozzarella cheese, I just have a little bit of that, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to sprinkle it in, put the meat on there, and then sprinkle some more. That will provide a crispy crust. And then I just have our plain meat, bacon, and egg that we're going to have for the 4th test option. Our first one will be just the straight beef, bacon, and egg all mixed in there. Now we're going to do a little bit of mozzarella on the bottom, and I'm hoping with the extra cook time that I don't burn the mozzarella. We'll see how this plays out. I mean, we want it to kind of burn because that's where you get the crispiness, but I only usually cook these for, if it's got cheese in it, for about 4 minutes. So it will, for 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So this will be interesting. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little mozzarella on the top, and that will give it a nice crispy crust. So, and again, if you can't tolerate cheese, don't do that one, but I just wanted to show you the options and show you the differences. That's for the mozzarella. This is for the plain. Just don't want to forget which one I have where. All right, this one. I'm just going to take some of this pork panko. I forgot to put some in the bottom. That's okay. We'll just do it like that. And I might do the same. Sprinkle some in the bottom. I don't know if this makes a difference or not. I tried the beef gelatin mixed in. Did not notice a difference. So I don't know. We'll see. So the only one that I did not put it in the bottom was the pork panko. So, but we should still kind of get the same result. Okay, now I'm just going to like somebody suggested, just sprinkle this on the top. We're going to close this, and I am going to cook this longer. Okay, you'll notice it is steaming a lot. That is very normal. That will kind of die off at the end of the cooking time. Okay, I'm going to go over the ingredients that I used for this test batch. Okay, eggs, of course. We used 1 egg in that whole 6-ounce batter, which is separated into 4 little chaffle waffle boffles. I buy the organic free range happy egg. I get these at Walmart. I used in the one test round, I used the Pork King Good pork rinds. I get these on Amazon, and they're good quality. They're already ground up, and they're cooked in pork fat. A lot of the stuff you get at Walmart or wherever is not cooked in pork fat. It's cooked in seed oil. So definitely pay attention to that. It will tell you typically on the back if it is cooked in pork fat. I also used mozzarella cheese. You can certainly shred your own. I didn't have any on hand. So, and then beef gelatin. Get this on Amazon. It's just straight beef gelatin, nothing else in it. I will leave a link at the bottom for the products I use in here. So I have a quick favor. If you guys don't mind, could you hit that like button at the bottom? That would be such a huge help for my small channel, just to give YouTube the word that this video is valuable, that people liked it, and to be able to push it out a little bit further to help inspire some other people that might be eating this way or looking for different things to eat. I would really appreciate that. And if you want to subscribe, feel free. That would be awesome and helps my channel as well. Okay, timer went off. Ooh, they look beautiful. Mozzarella, that's the plain one. This one's got the beef gelatin on it. You can see it. And this one has got the pork panko. Just set them right next to the bowl that they go to so I don't mess anything up. Once these cool down, they'll crisp up even more. I'm ready for this taste test. Let's go. Okay, the first one we're going to try is just the plain one. It's just the beef, bacon, egg. Sounds really good. Here we go. Very tasty. A little bit more crunch to them. So it definitely helped cooking them a little bit longer. And they still look really good. Get up on my microphone. That is very good. Let's go to the next one. The next one we're going to do is the one that we had sprinkled a little bit of mozzarella cheese on the bottom and on the top. So it's not mixed in. Definitely hear the crunch. Ooh, I like that. I know this is going to be amazing because when you add cheese, it just does. And this, like I said, we didn't add a lot of cheese to this. This would be definitely worth adding. Wow, adding a little bit to the top, like not very much at all, is going to give it that crunchy texture. Amazing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. This one's my favorite. I know already. I haven't even tried the other ones, but I will have dreams about that. Okay, the next one we're going to do is the beef gelatin. Someone mentioned adding it to the top. So I added some to the top. I added some to the bottom. Gave it a little color. Let's try that, see if it made a difference. Last time I added it into the mixture and I didn't notice anything. I'm going to try that again because I'm going to get more of this area where I got the gelatin. Okay. Wow, that did make a difference. Okay, I'm impressed. Okay, yeah, I am impressed. So adding the gelatin to the top, I would probably sprinkle it just a little bit better so you didn't have these little white splotches. Regardless, got crunch here. Yep. Not as much of a break or a crunch break as the cheese one, the one with a little bit of cheese on it. But still, wow, that one surprised me. I was not expecting that. Now we're going to try out the one where I just sprinkled the pork panko over the top. I did not put it on the bottom on this one because I forgot. And I might get more of a porky taste since it's on top. where you might get less of it if it's mixed in. Hey, here we go. I mean, so yeah, you have the crunch, but you also have the flavor of the pork. I don't know. I don't think so. No. Still great. Yeah, but definitely does not have as much crunch. I wouldn't waste my time on that one, personally. If it was me, only because I can tolerate a little bit of cheese, I would go right back to this first one, where we added a little bit of mozzarella to the top and the bottom. Second choice, the gelatin, the beef gelatin, either sprinkled on the top and the bottom. Beautiful. Wow. That will definitely cure my craving for crunch. And I know it's not going to hurt me. I love that. I hope you guys enjoyed this taste test. And at least now you know which option you can use to get more crunch. Try out some different seasonings in yours. If it's just too bland, you know, there's so much you can do. Hey, you guys, this is just an example of how you can easily change these to make them your own, to make this way of eating more sustainable. So make it your own. And you know what? These would be a great thing to try on your children. Add a little flavor to it. If they need some cinnamon, or if they need some safe sweetener, like allulose or monk fruit, something like that, give it a whirl. I let my husband try one of these, put peanut butter and jelly on it because that's how he eats. And I buy him a safe peanut butter. It doesn't have seed oils and sugar and crap in it, and a safer jelly. And he's like, oh my God. He's like, that's really good. He's like, I honestly don't even taste the carrier. It didn't taste like he was eating his peanut butter and jelly sandwich on a hamburger patty. So I'm just saying, play with it, make it your own, try it on your children, try different flavor varieties, keeping the beef, bacon, butter, and eggs as your base. Give it a whirl. Let me know if you do try something different and you try it on your kids. Let me know what they say. I'm just kind of curious. All right, you guys, take care. Have a great weekend.